You don't usually have to say much after you comment that you're not a feminist in this day and age. It's a bit of a hot button issue if YouTube's YouTuber content and comment sections from people like Dr. Random Cam or The Amazing Atheist have anything to say about it. A lot of people have different and sometimes even completely contradictory definitions for feminism after you watch their videos, like BuzzFeed's video that asks people, what does feminism mean to you? There's a lot of confusion as to what it really is. It's clear that it usually is a very subjective answer, even the dictionary definition. I'm not a feminist, but I'm not a misogynist either. Sometimes when you say you're for men's rights, people call you a misogynist, and some call you a feminist. Then when you say you're for women's rights, they call you a feminist, or they say it should be obvious and you are a misogynist for having to say that. If you say you're for human rights, they'll claim you're a feminist and a misogynist at the same damn time. All that I get from watching videos on feminism and the responses to those videos is confusion. It's clear that feminism is more than just the dictionary definition, so I think it's time we start acknowledging that the dictionary definition needs to be amended. In this day and age, feminism is many things. Like other ideologies, saying it's just one thing to everyone is not necessarily true and is therefore both wrong and correct at the same time. Like Christians, when some of them believe in fire and brimstone preaching, others stick to the love and forgiveness of Jesus, like my family, who are mostly Baptists. Like how some Muslims will kill you for drawing a picture of the Prophet Muhammad, as we see, in the Charlie Hebdo murders, and try to justify the homicide to the police that you offended them. Others can simply shrug it off and may even laugh and wouldn't dream of harming someone for something so minuscule. We can ascertain that from the national crime statistics or examinations of population, like the Gatestone Institute's, I believe her name is Soirin Kern's article, the Islamization of France in 2013, that claims Muslims are about 10% of France's population. About 6.5 million people would have to be engaging in crimes as a response to this offense, and I can't find proof that all those people have done any crimes specifically for that reason. Feminism is the same way. It is an umbrella term, or an umbrology, an umbrella terminology that refers to a certain family of ideology. Yeah, I just made up that word to help with clarity. It is not simply hating men or loving women, it is much more. That doesn't inherently mean something negative, and it doesn't inherently mean something positive. It's just more than what people say it is. It's like when people say marriage is between a man and a woman. That's not necessarily true. The word basically means a social bonding between people to agree to have a specified focus of all or some of the financial, emotional, and physical needs of life being met by the people in the arrangement. It doesn't have to mean anything about gender or sex, and to some people it doesn't. Yet people keep using the words loosely. They say marriage is between a man and a woman, and they neglect to say that it doesn't have to be that. They arrogantly express that the only possibility is the one that they put forth, and that's not necessarily true. Taking an objective look at this would have you find that the given definition doesn't match every situation, and so there should be a definition that is more specific and more general at the same time. It's a definition that is more accurate, and that accuracy is the most important part. And so we see one of the major issues with trying to speak on what feminism is in this day and age. It is many things to many different people. Those things are negative, positive, neutral, and maybe even all three at different or the same time. So we should all start using a more accurate description, one that does not include our own inherent biases. That way we could be fair and specific about what we mean at the same time. Feminism is an umbrology that refers to the group of ideologies where humans examine fairness, justice, and equality based upon the gender, sex, or lack thereof of humans in societies, using social, economic, and political experiences as a ruler to measure the fairness, justice, and equality of said selected society. I'm sure that there's a better way to say that, and I'd like you guys to give it a shot. Basically, I'm saying the goal of the ideologies under feminism is to measure the fairness, justice, and equality of a society by using social, economic, and political experiences as a ruler to understand how fairness, justice, and equality may differ for those in the given society based on gendered lines. After they come to a conclusion, and I'm not saying whether the conclusion is right or wrong, that depends on the conclusion's merits and the way it is deduced. But after they come to the conclusion, they then decide to say, women have it worse and something must be done. They being a reference to feminists or people who call themselves feminists. Some people might think I'm complicating things and say we should just go with what's already in the dictionary, but we've already been shown that the definition is obsolete since some people advocate for violence against men like Valerie Solanas and Andrea Rita Dworkin. These people and people like them are swelled with hatred. They don't want equality, they want revenge. Revenge for things that have happened to them and even things that haven't, but they want blood. They want someone to pay for what has happened, and to people like them, it doesn't have to be the actual culprit. These people may be over-emotional bigots, but they are still feminists, just a different type. And this is why my definition says that feminism is an umbrology that refers to more specific ideologies under it. There's the sex-negative feminist, the sex-positive feminist, the rad femme, the man-lover, the objectivist, the misandrist, the Tumblr feminist. There are so many different focuses that people simply use the word feminism to apply to all of them, but they don't all agree with each other. Either way, it's best to ask a person to describe their personal views and discuss with them on their level rather than using the umbrella term and risking people being able to rightfully say that doesn't apply to me, because it has the chance to derail the discussion from the issues that we can prove to the misconceptions and stereotypes that exist and permeate throughout the entirety of feminism. Be specific, be specific to the given situation. I venture to speculate with loose understanding on crime statistics the world over that people don't generally decide to hurt each other or hurt each other's feelings for no reason other than to see the other person hurt. We all want security, safety, love, happiness, equality, and there are many ways to achieve those. Feminism is some people's idea for achieving that, but their ideas must be taken and challenged based on the merits of the ideas. A good idea can come from a bad person and vice versa. Who they are doesn't really matter. What they say does, and how they say it does. But before we can start tackling those ideas, we've got to know exactly what we're talking about.